Hi, and welcome back to Just Another Board Gamer. My name is Ian, and today I'm going to be looking at the Citadel of Time, or Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. It's a game designed by Brett Gilbert, Matthew Dunstan, and art by Biboun. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that name, so I apologize. And it's a 2 to 4 player game, ages 8 and up, should take approximately 30 to 45 minutes. Depending on how well you're doing. I mean, I usually play this game around, takes roughly closer to an hour. But anyway, so we're going to demonstrate this. So what we're doing here is Professor Evil, this dapper gentleman here, has stolen treasures. And treasures can be things like the Eiffel bracelet or Excalibur. Or let's see, the Dead Sea Scrolls. And let's see what else we have got here for, the Crystal Skull. So anyway, he's stolen some amazing treasures and he's going to stash them in his safe room, lost to the world forever. If he stashes 4 of these treasures, he's going to win the game. We, brave adventurers, and in this game we've got Edward Wire, Lord of the Gears, and Irene Elder, the Queen of Time. So we're going to break into Professor Evil's citadel here and rescue these treasures. And how we do it is, all these treasures, you can see there's 3 of them already out on the board. We have the Da Vinci's Notebook, the bust of Nefertiti, and the Mona Lisa. And you can see each of these treasures have a token on them, and there's tokens are represented as well on this clock track in the middle of the board. So how we rescue them is by disarming the security features of Professor Evil's Citadel. And so, for example, this one, Da Vinci's Notebook, we need to disarm all cameras and all data pads within the Citadel. And how we do that is by going around the rooms and flipping the switches. So for example, this one here, if we were in the gallery, you could spend an action. Right now this laser is on. You could flip it to off. And you put it onto the off side. And now that room, the security system is off, is deactivated. And so if you're able to get all the lasers off that are in the Citadel, then you satisfy this requirement here. And then same with the data pad and the camera. So you have to find those switches, turn them to off, make it back to the treasure room that you're trying to go for, or the treasure token you're trying to go for. And when you get there, then you can save it. So once you save 4, you've foiled dastardly Professor Evil's dastardly plot. I said dastardly way too many times. And in the wrong context in the first one. Anyway, so that's what we're supposed to be doing. And after our turn, the professor's going to move around. And he's going to move around. And he's not a bad guy, even though he's got the name of Professor Evil. He's probably looking for $1 billion. Anyway, but he doesn't actually do anything to you so much, like it's just a family game. So all he does is if you come into contact with him, if he's in a room with you, he just boots you out of the castle. So you end up outside, and then on your next turn, you're going to have to come back in. So that's basically the game. And we'll talk about the turn structure in a moment. But I also just want to mention, okay, look at these beautiful figures. These are not part of the game. I have upgraded this game because the game normally comes with these standees, which are fine. I like the standees. I mean, the art is, I really like the art of the game. So the standees are fine. But since I really like the game, I thought I'd upgrade it. And there's a gentleman, Tom, who has a website, Hobalt's Grot. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing that well at all, probably. But anyway, this was one of the first games I think commissioned from him. And so, I mean, I can leave a link in the description of the video, so you can look him up if you're interested. But I've got quite a few of these sort of characters from him for a couple of my games. And these are some of the other characters for the game that we're not playing today. Like Leroy Johnson or Nathan Goodspeed and Destiny Bradshaw. So that's the game. So let's get started, shall we? So first thing you do, there's 3 steps. We have the draw phase, which we're going to do right now. And so what you do is each character has a deck of 6 cards, and they each give you a special power that you can use on your turn. So on the first part of your turn, you're going to draw 2 cards, and you can use one of them at any time during your turn. So what do we have here? So when you're in a room with a laser switch, you may play this card to flip the switch off in the room with the professor. So if I was in the gallery room with this laser switch, I could then play that card and turn, if the switch was on, I could then, so if it was on, I could then flip it to off just by using that card. So that's helpful. And the other one is choose 2 players. You may choose yourself. Well, we're only doing 2 players in this game. And a type of switch. Each chosen player may move to any room containing a switch of that type. So that's extremely helpful, actually. So we'll probably use that this turn. Okay, so what's he going to do? So, well, first of all, you're trying to sort of plan your plan to steal the treasures back. And so here, Da Vinci's notebook, I have to do the camera and the data pad. And you can see the blue token, which is represented by the blue token here, which means every round the clock token will move. And when the clock token comes in contact with a treasure token, either lands on it or moves past it, then that signifies that Professor Evil has stashed away that treasure. And so, again, if he stashes 4, we lose. And if we save 4, we win. So we probably want to work on the Da Vinci's notebook first. And the good thing about this is Da Vinci's notebook is camera and data pad. And the Bust of Nefertiti is camera pad and the camera, data pad, and laser. So taking care of Da Vinci's notebook takes care of most of the other one. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, first action. All right, Edward, you're going to spend 1 action to move into the gallery. You're going to spend 1 action to turn that off. And I think you're going to open this door for your 3rd action. And then I'm going to play this card. I'm not going to move him, but I am going to move Irene. I was going to start singing Come On Eileen, but it's Irene. So, all right, so Irene, I'm going to say the camera. Sorry, that should have been turned on. That was a little error on my part. So Irene's going to head to the vault. And that's where she's going to start her turn. But before we get to Irene, we're going to have to deal with the professor. And so the professor is controlled by these 2 dice. And the clock is controlled by this dice. And we roll all 3 dice at the end of our turn. What do these mean, you say? All right. Well, the black dice here is the easy one. So on it, there's 2 or 1 symbol for a clock. When it rolls on the 1, you just have to move the clock symbol 5 minutes. Here, this means, we look at this. This means he uses the secret passage to get to okay, hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So this means he's using the secret passage and he's moving to the green treasure room. So he just goes straight there. So we go there to here. And unfortunately, he's in the room with Irene. And like I said at the beginning, she just gets kicked out of the Citadel, back out here. He's going to lock all the doors in that room, and he's going to flip the switch on if it was off. But it's on already, and that's his turn. So not a great start for little old Irene. Okay, so now it's Irene's turn. We are going to draw 2 cards for the Queen of Time here. And what does she get? Move 1 treasure token, move 1 treasure marker counterclockwise 5 minutes to take 1 extra action this turn, and move 1 treasure marker clockwise 10 minutes. So basically the first power is you could move this one closer to here, so it's closer to the clock token, which means it's more likely, or it's closer to getting taken by the professor, but you also get an extra action. Instead of 3 actions, you get 4 actions, so not a bad idea. And the other power was moving this 10 minutes along its path to be further away. So both really good powers, but I don't think I need to do anything yet. I can't really get in, so here I can't do much with this one right now because the professor's doing it. So let's, or he's in that room, so I can't enter a room with the professor. So Irene is going to, where's the lasers then? I think all the lasers are off, other than this one. I think all the other lasers, there's one there, there's locks, there's a saw, data pads, camera. Yeah, so, all right, so I think Irene is going to, for her first action, move in here. She's going to open the door. She's going to move into the entranceway here for her third action. So I think I'm pretty confident on this camera on Da Vinci's notebook. So I think I will play this card. To gain an extra action. And I'm going to flip this switch for her fourth action. All right, so now we roll the dice. Geez, what's the heck's going on here? Well, he takes the secret passage to the same room he's in already, so that's good. And the clock token only moves 5 minutes there. Well, he is the Professor Evil and his time doohickey thing here, so maybe he forgot what he just did, so he did the same thing again. He's caught in a loop. Groundhog Day, Professor. All right, so we discard these two. We discard the other card. Probably should have done that at the end of the last turn. Edward draws 2 new cards. And what do we have here? When you're in a room with a saw switch, you may play this card to move to any other room with a saw switch. Okay, so that's pretty good. You could probably, if you start there, have it off, use this card, go to the next room, turn that one off too. So that would be pretty good. Or when you're in a room with a lock switch, you may play this card to unlock 2 doors anywhere in the castle. That would help people move around quickly. So I think we're going to let Irene move when she gets her turn. She'll probably get to the Bust of Nefertiti's room here, the cellar. So we have to get to this camera. So we're going to wait for the professor to move out of there. So he's just going to move. So he's going to use one action to open this door, one action to move, and another action to open this door. All right. So we discard these 2 cards because I didn't use them. The professor's going to go. So here we go. So man, this green symbol comes up all the time. So we can move the clock 1 space forward. It's getting close to that Da Vinci's notebook. And this means here, this is a chevron. So the professor can, when you roll this, he can do a few things. That means he moves 1 space. This means he moves 3 spaces. This means he moves the treasure, whatever color treasure, 5 minutes backwards, and this one is, well, we know the secret passage. There's the 2 chevrons, and then there's a 10-minute one. So he did 1 thing here. So what does this mean? Well, he can move 1 green. So what he does here is, you can see in the rooms, you've got a green carpet representing, this door. You got a red one representing for this door, and a blue one representing for this door. So we did a green and 1. So that means he wants to move through this one into this room. And when he enters the room, he makes sure this is on, and he locks all the doors that he's gone through. So he would have, if this door was open, he would have locked it. He can always walk through locked doors. It's his castle. It's his castle. So that's his turn. I better get a move on to get this Da Vinci's notebook. Like I said, the stress. Okay, so I think Irene is going to move 1 in here, 2 to open that door, and 3 to get in here. Oh, and I should have drawn 2 cards first. What can she do here? Choose 2 players. You may choose yourself. Each chosen player may unlock all doors in their location. Okay. The professor cannot move treasure markers this turn. I think I'm going to play this one. Each chosen player may unlock all doors in their location. So we're going to play that. So we're going to unlock this one. We're going to unlock this one. That's already unlocked. That's unlocked. And this one's unlocked. All right. So roll the dice for the professor. Uh-oh. That did not work out at all. So. All right. So we have 10 and for the red. So the red moves 5, 10 back that way. Fantastic. And the clock gets to move 2. Fantastic. 1, 2. Did I say fantastic? So that's gone. We've lost the Da Vinci notebook. It is now lost. So we just place it up there, and you can see the 4 for the professor and 4 for us. Hey, so that wasn't good. So what we do now is we have to populate another treasure into this citadel. And so how you do that is we're going to shuffle these actually a little bit here because I Messed around with that before. I don't even know if that looked good, whatever. So, then we're going to draw this token. The crown jewels. This is not the family jewels, but the crown jewels. And so, where does this go? Well, we draw a location card. And it says it's in the library. So actually, that's not too bad because Irene's right next to the library. And you can see on the card, it actually helps. It actually gives you your little Google Map icon. That's where the library is. So, the crown jewels go in the library. And then now we have to place this on the master clock to tell us where or how far along the track it goes. And it's always in relation to the clock token. So the 50, so 50 minutes. So you've got your 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Well, there you go. Or you could have just done 55, 50. And then you place the other blue one there. So you know that this token or this treasure is there on the clock. All right. We'll discard this card. Edward's turn now. Going to draw the final two cards. What can he do? Choose one type of switch. The professor cannot move into rooms with a switch of that type this turn. If he tries to do so, he immediately ends his movement instead. When you are in a room with a camera switch, you may play this card to take 2 extra actions. Well, he's in a room with a camera switch, so we'll probably do that. So, what do I have to do here? So, I have the data pad, the camera, and the saws. So, let's see. Everything is pretty much off in this area other than this one. There's the saw there. The professor's in a room with the saw already. So I'm going to play this card so we can get 2 extra actions. Alright, so first off, he's going to move for 1. He's going to flip this off for 2. He's going to open this door for 3, move in there for 4. In the professor's laboratory. Dun dun dun. I wanted to shout Igor, but wrong game. Alright, so then we roll the professor's dice. Great. Just great. So let's deal with this one first. 5, it just goes up 1. That red. Oh man. Oh man. And then green moves back 5. All right. So I better save this turn. Irene, is all up to you. Can I actually even do it? Actually, could I have done it before? No. Oh, I can. Aha. So, okay, so the data pad is off, because that's up there. The data pad is off. The lasers are off. There's a laser there, and that's off. And there's a laser here, and that's off. So those are the only 2 in this creepy castle, Citadel. So all I have to do is turn off that camera. So let's draw 2 cards first. So it says here, move 2 treasure markers clockwise 5 minutes or unlock all doors in one room anywhere in the castle. So I'm going to play this card now. I'm going to move this one 5 and this one 5 because I think I can get the red one now. So Nope. I'm going to have to move this one 5 and hope I get it, because I only have 3 actions. So for the first action, you're going to move through this doorway. Second action, you're going to be, or Irene's going to turn this to off, and for her third action, she's moving back. Oh, Irene, we tuck ourselves out. We don't have another action to save the bust of Nefertiti. Let's hope the clock doesn't move forward too. Yeah, okay, so then we'll discard this card. We'll roll the professor dice. All right, so you can't win for trying. All right, so I was fine. I was fine. My plan worked. We moved it here 1. Would have been all great. Until this. Back 1. 5 minutes to there. Man, this is not a fun ride, Professor Evil. All right, so, well, we just lost this one. So we'll take that off there. We'll put this here at the top there. We will find another treasure to place. Okay, so back over here. Draw the top one. What do we get here? The Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera mechanism. Feel free to comment below if you've heard of that. And where does that go? The trophy room. Well, fantastic. Well, the professor's right there. Well, isn't that just great? So, goes into there. Put the red token on that. Sorry, Professor. And then what did I say there? 50? Oh, we're going to go backwards to there this time. How's that? For some time math. Probably got really confident there. Probably made a mistake. Someone's going to comment. All right. Well. Okay, so that one requires camera and locks to be off. Well, we've dealt with the cameras. Now the locks. I just seem to be going all over the place. So there's a lock there that needs to be turned off. Okay, so, this was a discarded card. So we're supposed to shuffle these cards now. Don't worry about my poor shuffling. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Move along, move along. Should have told the professor, these aren't the treasures you're looking for. All right, so we'll draw 2 cards. What did I get? Choose 2 players. You may choose yourself and the type of switch. Each chosen player may move to any room containing a switch of that type. Okay. When you're in a room with a laser switch, okay, you may flip this card to flip the switch off in the professor's room. It's pretty handy. But I think we're just going to deal with this Antikythera mechanism. You know I'm Googling that later to figure out what that is. All right. All right, Edward. So you're going to say... padlock. So we're going to use this. So we're going to say padlock. We're going to say Irene. She's going to move to the room with the padlock. I'm going to, or sorry, Edward's just going to do his regular 3 actions. So this is off. So I'm going to open this door for 1. I'm going to move into this room for 2 and open this room or open that door for 3. So those are his actions. Hopefully I'm counting on the professor going any which way other than red. And we'll find out now then. All right. That worked out well. So the clock moves forward 1. Oh, you know, I forgot to do something. I made a little mistake, but we'll get to that in a second. And the professor moves 1 space or 1 movement through the blue door. So he's going to go back into his vault. Hey, what's this? How did this turn off? I'm awfully forgetful. Did I leave it on or did I turn it off? Or did I leave it off and turn it on? Well, I'm turning it on. Sometimes he feels he's absent-minded because he doesn't realize we're running around this castle doing all this stuff. Okay, so, and he does that. All right, so, well, that's a pain because now I can't get this camera, or I can't get the treasure token because he's now turned on the camera, which doesn't allow me to get this thing. Dang. All right. Irene's turn. So, we'll shuffle her cards. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Wonder where I heard that before. Okay. All right. Good enough. QED, as they say. So we're going to draw 2. Unlock all doors in a room where anywhere in the castle. Move 1 treasure marker clockwise 10 minutes. Okay, well, we know what happened last time. So I'm going to play this card. Move 1 treasure marker clockwise 10 minutes. And obviously, I think it'll be this one, 5, 10. And she's going to, for her action, turn this off. And then she's going to move 2 and 3 into the library. Okay. So he's going to move through the green door. Oh man, this professor is just going back and forth, doesn't know what to do. And the clock moves forward 5. All right, so this was my mistake I did earlier. Every time the clock marker crosses the 15-minute and then the 45-minute, you're able to flip over one of your character cards. And I didn't show you this earlier, but your characters have a other side. And so they gain a power. So the top one is one that is continuous. You can always use it every turn. And this one is a more powerful power, which means that when you use it, you flip it back over and you don't have any powers. But then again, when the clock then crosses the 45 or the 45 and the 15, you can flip that character over. So what you do is you decide which character power you want to flip over first. So, all right, so what's Irene's? Before you take actions, you may always unlock 1 door anywhere in the castle. In addition, on your turn, you may flip this tile and move 1 treasure marker counterclockwise, 15 minutes to take 3 extra actions. Well, that burned me earlier, and this is I like this one. But what is Edward's? You may always move through locked doors. Okay, well, this sort of kind of power negates his power because he doesn't need to worry about open doors. In addition, on your turn, you may flip this tile when you're in the room with the data pad switch to flip the two matching switches off anywhere in the castle. Okay, for this game, there's only one data pad up there. So I think interesting. What one shall we do? What one shall we do? I think I'm going to flip Irene's power over. Feel free to comment. That was the wrong choice. Most likely it was. All right. So, that was Irene's turn. So now it's Edward's turn. Edward. All right, so the only thing you can really do now is just go back into that room and turn off the camera, because you can't get into this room because the professor's there. Everything else is off. So we may as well just try to make it back and turn off this camera and hope the professor doesn't kick us out. So he's going to go 1, open, 2, and then in there for 3. So that's his movement. And we played our card. Oh no, we didn't draw the 2 cards for this turn, so let's do that. When you're in a room with a saw switch, you may play this card to move to any other room with a saw switch. When you're in a room with the camera switch, you may play this card to take 2 extra actions. Well, blammo. 2 extra actions. Off and out. That was the plan. Edward, Lord of Gears. Good for you. All right. Roll the dice. Okay. All right, so the clock is going to move forward to 1, 2. And the professor is going to move through the blue doorways twice. Well, boom, on, and lock. He went through the blue door there, and the blue door there, locked the door behind him, and he jumps out of the way, thinking he not to be seen. He jumped so far, he jumped right out of the castle. Oh, and he turns this one on. Well, it's at 38 minutes and I haven't saved a single thing. And the professor's halfway to his victory condition. That's a pretty depressing playthrough. But these are what happen in these sort of games. Sometimes you just get stymied at every turn. But I think I'm going to stop it there. Because I've shown you the special powers, eventually. I've shown you how the professor moves around, and I show you how you collect treasures. I haven't actually showed you how you collect treasures because I haven't collected a thing. But I've shown you how the professor collects treasures. That was quite easily done. So you're constantly battling it out with these dice, because these dice are just going to mess you up in a number of ways. So that's the game. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. This was Professor Evil in the Citadel of Time by Funforge Games, and my name was Ian. Is Ian. And will probably be Ian tomorrow too. Anyway, have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you soon.